Hello, welcome to Scr1tno Knitting Project Podcast. My name is Sharon and I live in Surrey in the UK with my family, 3 cats and a dog. It's Sunday the 5th of May 2019 and this is episode 18. Welcome to any returning viewers. Hello to any of my new viewers. Thank you for checking out my podcast. This is my podcast about primarily knitting, and this week it is only knitting because I haven't really had a chance to do anything else, which I will explain as I'm going along, no doubt. You can find me as Scr1tno on Instagram and Ravelry. Can't speak today, as is attested by the fact this is the 4th time I've done this bit. You may find me as Scr1tno on Instagram and Ravelry, and we do have a Ravelry group, which is the Scr1tno Knitting Project podcast group. If you search on the groups tab on Ravelry, you'll find us. So yeah, hello, welcome, thank you for checking me out. It's a really sunny day, and I can't see the screen on my camera very well, so I'm hoping you can see everything okay. I'll be able to check in editing, but I'm really hoping I don't have to do this again. So, admin, we have a Ravelry group, and in that Ravelry group I currently have 2 knit-alongs going along. One's for the Penguono. So if you're knitting a Penguono, if you'd like to knit a Penguono, if you're thinking about knitting a Penguono, jump into the chatter thread, let us see it. Be fabulous to get another one done. I've got mine finished. My friend Hayley from Ducky Darlings Yarns has got hers finished. Let's see if we can get another one finished. That'd be kind of cool. And I think I'm probably going to leave that open till the 31st of August. And also on the 1st of May, our new knit-along started, which is our May Mini Madness knit-along. Oh dear, May Mini Madness knit-along even, which is also going to finish on the 31st of August. And this is basically for any scrappy projects. It doesn't have to be minis, it just has to be scrappy. If you've got leftovers, that's fine. As long as it's scrappy projects made with lots of different bits of yarn, and you're good to go. There is a chatter thread open. There will be a finished object thread open. I meant to open that yesterday. I have just realised I totally forgot to do that, so I should do that today. So yeah, please do enter your scrappy projects in our knit along. Please come and say hi in the group. Introduce yourselves. I read every post. I don't necessarily comment on it, but we have an amazing moderator, a girl called Katie, who will chat back. She's brilliant, bless her. She'll also give me a nudge if there's something I really need to know as well. But I do read it all, and if you've got a little heart, chances are that's me, because I love everything that I've read. So I do read it. I just don't necessarily get the chance to write back. I have got a day job, and the day job has really taken over my life this week, but I do read everything. And same with the comments on YouTube. I try to get back to you all. I haven't had chance. I'm going to try and work on that over the next couple of weeks. So yeah, please do come say hi, join the knit alongs. There will be prizes. Everything wraps up on the 31st of August, and then we're going to think of something for the autumn. Right, so straight into finish objects this week, and I have got a couple, but they're tiny, to be fair. So my first ones are my own design little shorty socks. Not happy with these ones. This won't be like my final design, but I got them finished. There are 2. The yarn is, these are minis from down Sheepy Lane. This is Mohair from Woolly Goodness Yarns. Despite my hate of mohair, I decided it would be a really good idea to design in it. But as you can see, it's got a little ruffle at the top, and these have been washed and blocked. Sorry, slightly distracted by a noise outside there. These have been washed and blocked, and yeah, really happy with them. They're going to go on holiday with me. But as I said, not too happy with the way this is started, so I'm going to do something different on the top. But they'll do for me. See that one? That's the one that I did first, and it's a bit floppy. This one is a lot better. I tightened it up on this one. So they fit and they work, but yeah, I wouldn't do them that way again. So that was finished object number 1. Finished object number 2 is also shorty socks. And these are the Jelly Roll socks by Mara Catherine Briner. And I absolutely adore these socks. They're not quite the same as hers in as far as she does colour work on this bit here and on the heel. And I haven't quite worked out how to do the colour work properly yet. It's always too tight. So at the moment I do a twisted rib on here and just a normal heel flap on there. Now, there is 2. There are 2. I have 2 of them. Let's put one down and I can show you. So this one here has got this lovely stripy yarn at the top and on the toe. And then a variegated, it's actually a sparkle. I don't know whether you can see it sparkling, but it's actually a sparkle for the foot. And these are all Woolly Goodness yarns, and they're all leftovers from my Penguono. So theoretically, if I could enter my own KAL, these would be okay because I'd already used it for the Penguono. So these are just my leftovers. These are my scraps. So Amy of the Stranded podcast has got a knit along going along for Orange Knits Patterns, which is Marie Catherine Briner. So I can enter them in that. So that's my Jelly Roll socks. I did manage to get those finished this week. Normally that heel I would normally do in this yarn, but I forgot on the first one, so I did the second one to match it. And my sock blockers are Yarnistry ones, which I really like. I love these sock blockers. These, however, have not been washed and blocked. The ends are sewn in, but I need to wash them and pop them on the blockers. So they're nearly finished. They're pretty much a finished object. These have been washed and blocked, so I can take these off and wear them. I'm not going to though. I'm going to take these off and pack them because I am going away. So that's my finished objects. Lots of little socks. All the socks. Fab. Loads of socks. So at least I've got 2 pairs of shorty socks into my summer wardrobe this week. That's about all I did manage to do. Right, so on to whips. And living in my sheep bag from Busy Pottering is my understated sweater, which is a pattern by Joji Locatelli, and it's from the Interpretations book 6, which is a book she did with Vera Valimaki. And this is my jumper out of it. This is done in Stranded Dye Works Flower Crown colourway. It's really difficult to see because it's all bunched up on the needles. But I've joined for the body, so I'm just going round and round and round in circles. So basically it's a giant sock. And I didn't manage to do an awful lot, but I did manage to do from where the stitch marker is down to here. Which actually, when you consider there's over 300 stitches on here, there's a little bit of knitting. I guess a little bit at a time we'll get it done, but I haven't had, as I said, much knitting time this week. That little stitch marker is from Hannah of Corner of Craft. So, I love the pattern, I love the construction. Cannot wait to get it finished. I am alternating skeins. These are my 2 skeins. And this is Merino DK. I believe it's 100% Merino DK. I don't think I've got... No, I haven't got the other spare balls up here. And so far, this is how much I've used of each. I haven't added in a new ball yet, so all that knitting, and I'm still going through my first 2 skeins. I think I've got something like 7 skeins. I'm thinking I'm probably not going to use them all, but yeah, it's so pretty. I'll show you the back actually, because you can see the pattern a bit better on the back. See the colours. I don't know how well they're coming out on camera, but you can see all this different flecks of colour. It's such a pretty yarn close up. So yeah, that's my first understated sweater. And I did get a little bit of knitting on it. If I remember rightly, I think it was while I was editing the podcast last week, which I kind of got interrupted quite a bit editing the podcast last week, so I did get quite a bit of knitting time with it. So second up, living in a So Sweet Violet project bag, I love this, it's so pretty, is another understated sweater by Hokey Locatelli from Interpretations Book 6, and this is for my friend Kelly. Now Kelly is the dyer behind Lay Family Yarn, and she is going to be doing some shows this year, and she's going to hopefully have a retail space, so she wanted some samples knit, so I offered to do her an understated, and she said yes please, and she'd like one for her daughter Megan. So this is going to be for Megan, who was 18 this week. Happy birthday, Meg. And this is her understated. So as you can see, I've just done the left front, right front. I've just done the right front. I did manage to get that done, and I managed to get all of this done this week. So I was, well, this is difficult to show, but I was there. So I've done all of that back bit down to there, and this is now on spare needles, and now I'm just going down the front, and I'm on the stocking stitch of the front, so I need to do that till it matches the back, and then I need to do the next side. So it is the thing I worked on the most this week, but probably didn't get an awful lot done. And then I'm using, this is yarn she dyed especially for, this is yarn Kelly's dyed especially for her daughter Megan, because Megan wanted a lovely grey, and it's such a beautiful variegated grey. I am alternating skeins, although I have to say alternating skeins when you're doing short row shaping is really difficult. I hadn't realised that. So some of it's alternated and some of it's not quite so alternated. So if anybody's got any tips on how to alternate skeins when you're doing short row shaping, please let me know, because I can't get my head around that. But yeah, just show you that, it's such a pretty yarn. I hate to say it, Kelly, but I think you might have to make this as a regular in your shop, because it's going to be very popular, I think. Very pretty. So that I'm doing, that's my other job at the moment, and I'm using rosewood needles. No, I'm not. I thought I was using the rosewoods. They're not the rosewoods, they are something completely different. I think they're Paris, but they're Knit Pros. Not my favourite needles, but my favourite needles are currently in my understated. So I could swap them out. I did actually consider, this is how insane us knitters can get. So I'm knitting the same project twice, which is fine. Haven't got a problem with that, because it's a really fun pattern. So I'm really enjoying knitting it, so that's not an issue. And actually doing them twice together means that I'm doing this section on that one and then this section on this one, so at least I know what I'm doing. However, the same bit came when I was like, oh, I wonder if I could knit these needles into that one on the last row that I'm going to leave, so I can use those needles in this one. And then the brain went, no, you really don't want to do that. That is too much work. But I did consider it for a couple of minutes. So yeah, that's my other understated sweater, and yeah, love it. Couldn't recommend the pattern more highly. A lovely pattern. So that's my other large work in progress, but again, as I said, didn't get a huge amount of knitting time this week. So next up, which is living in a Busy Puttering Seaside bag, which I love these, and she's got a few of these in her shop still at the moment, so pretty, is my Blunderstone shawl, which is a shawl pattern by Laura of the Lonely Knitter. And it's a new shawl pattern, so I'm unofficially test knitting it for her, because I'm not great with deadlines, especially with weeks like this week. Oh, that would be a needle on the floor. So pretty. This is Hedgerow Yarns, and it's her tinsel colourway. And this shows you the variegation in hand dyed yarns. They were dyed at different times, so that's one of them, one of the skeins, and that's the other. And this is why you should always alternate hand dyed yarn, just in case. I did debate alternating the skeins on this, but actually, because I really like how that one's knit up and I really like how that one's knit up, I have decided that and this is a section shawl, I'm going to do it in sections and alternate the two skeins. So it's, you knit this first stockinette section, and then you've got this lovely pattern just in the cream, which is a cluster stitch, and then you've got the stockinette section again. I haven't quite finished the stockinette section, and then I'll go into, so where was I last time? I was there last time where my little sheep is. It's a little sheep from Woolly Goodness. Go around the right way, there we go. So I've done all of the rest of the cream section and gone into my plain section again. So I'm going to alternate my skeins, so that's one and that's the other one. And then it does occur to me that when I'm on the final section of stockinette for these two, I might have to alternate them then, actually on the same section, because otherwise I might run out of yarn. So we'll see. We'll worry about that when we get there. There's quite a lot of stitches on this shawl. But this is DK again. It's another DK project. I'm all about the DK apparently at the moment. So yeah, this is the Blunderstone shawl, which is a new pattern from Laura of the Lonely Knitter podcast. Go check out her podcast, she's brilliant. And her designs are fab. I love this. The cream is from the Shepherd's Hut. And it's just an undyed, but it's really soft and squidgy. It's lovely. Really nice, and it's really nice to knit with. So, yeah, that's the Blunderstone shawl by Laura of the Lonely Knitter. And not too sure when she's going to have it out, but look out, watch her podcast, she'll be able to tell you. My next work in progress is my emergency rainbow sock, which is this one here. And as you can see, I managed to do, I haven't got a progress keeper on this, but I was just going into the heel flap. So I've done the heel flap and heel turn on this. Right, if you're watching this, Kelly, that was you messaging me, distracted me then. I shall read your message in a sec. So yeah, I got kidnapped on Thursday night, unexpected car journey, and I grabbed the first thing I have to hand. Now I have this sock sitting in the kitchen, just literally by my keys. So if I ever have that situation, I grab my emergency rainbow sock. I can't remember who it was that commented, but someone actually commented saying you should always have an emergency rainbow sock. I couldn't agree more. So this is a self-striping yarn by Dragon Hill Studio, and isn't that gorgeous? It's sparkly too, so it's a sparkle rainbow. So I did actually manage to get all of that heel flap and the heel turn done while sitting in a restaurant on Thursday night, having gone out for a meal with my hubby because it was his birthday and I wasn't expecting to go. They were supposed to go before I was going to get back from Brownies. So I literally just grabbed this on my way out the door and I managed to grab some knitting time. This week I had to grab the knitting time where I could. And that is in a Love to Sew bag. Little sheep Love to Sew bag. So pretty. So it's only a small project which I can just grab. It's got everything in it I need and off I go. My last project this week is living in my Duckpool Lane vintage fair bag, which I absolutely adore. So pretty. And it's another Jelly Roll sock, and it's the inverse of the one I've just shown you. It's got a little Notions pouch in as well. It's the inverse of the one I've just shown you. So I am using these all leftovers from my Penguono. That's the stripy yarn, that's the variegated, and they're from Woolly Goodness. And this is the sock. I actually did a bit more on this than I thought I did. It's very tangled. So I did the first jelly roll, which is in this one is in the variegated. I did the second jelly roll, which in this one is the striped. I'm going down the heel flap on the back, which is the correct way and is in the variegated, and then I will swap for the stripe for the foot, and then I will do the toe in this one. So I'm hoping to get that finished today. That would be good. And then I'm hoping to get the other one finished this week before I go away. I'm using my standard 2.5mm, and these are Licky Leica needles. which I love. I love these needles, and I do my needles on 2 circulars. I do mine on 2 circulars. It's my favourite method of sock knitting and sleeve knitting and basically any knitting in the round. It works really well. I've tried 9-inch circulars and they cramp my hands too badly. I think it's to do with arthritis in my fingers. I can't use them. And in fact I've just passed on the pairs that I couldn't use to my friend Katie because they were no use to me anymore. And that's what she uses. So yeah, so that's, I love how that's gone at the back there with the stripes. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. That's all of my current works in progress. I have a lot of other works in progress that are currently on hold because I haven't got enough hours in the day. And finally, it's my old friend, the Cozy Memory blanket, also in my big seaside busy pottering bag, which I love. And here we go. For this I am using signature needles. These are my signatures. They are poking through the end because they always do. And I am currently on, where's my progress? There we go. So this is where I was. That's a Down Sheepy Lane mini. That's a Woolly Goodness mini. That's from my Free Your Fade that I was wearing last week. That's the next one from my Free Your Fade that I was wearing last week. So I squared off that corner. So there should, if I think of it, be a picture at the end of this squared off. And then I've got, that's my last one from my Free the Fade. That's Down Sheepy, no, that's not Down Sheepy Lane. Can't remember who that is. I will look that up. That is a completely random one that I have absolutely no clue where that came from. It was balled up in my bag of minis to go in my blanket, and I looked at it and went, I have no idea what that is or where that's come from. That is from the yarn I used in my Philosopher's Cowl, so I need to look that up. I'll link it in the show notes. And then that is a lovely little mini I got from my friend Katie, who very kindly sent me a care package this week because I had a long week, and she's been very sweet and very supportive all week, bless her. She's had me moaning a couple of times, mainly about how tired I am. And she sent me a lovely little care package, which I'll show photos of because I was going to save it for the podcast, but there was tea in it and there was nibbles in it, and yeah, I used them yesterday, and the lovely mug she sent me. So that's one of the minis. So that's already gone in, and then these are the other 3, so they'll go in this week. Funnily enough, it's almost a countdown to when I go away, because that will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I go away on Thursday. And they're really pretty, and I love the way she wraps her balls. So that's my Cozy Memory blanket. It's getting way too big to show now. Way too big. It's very big. But as I said, I think, I'm fairly certain I took photos of it when I squared it off, and if I did, they will be at the end of the episode, at the end, on the end bits that I do. So that's it for knitting. As I said, been a bit of a week. That's it for knitting this week. So, having got interrupted by my Tesco's shopping order, we are back, and we are back for this month's clubs, which is a segment I do once a month on the first podcast of the new month to show any clubs I've got from the previous month. So the clubs I'll be showing now will be April's. So spoiler alert for Lay Family Yarn and Friends, Lay Family Yarn Branches and Buds Club, Siobhan Crafts, Giddy Yarns, West Green Loft Yarns, Strawberry Fields, Crafty Toads, Ducky Darlings and Corner of Craft. If you've got any of those and you are not in the UK, you may not have got them. So if that's the case, you might want to skip this segment, or at least part of it. But hopefully if you're in the UK, you should have them all by now. These are all April ones. I won't show May until the June one. So let's get started. This is my Siobhan Crafts one. Normally I get you to try and guess which film it is, but it's actually all on the board band, so I'm not going to be able to do that. And it's minis. All our minis. It's so pretty. So there's minis of fibres. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is I Believe I Can Fly. As you can see, it's Peter Pan. This is Neverland Sky. That's gorgeous. Looking forward to spinning that up. This is Peter. And this is Wendy. Then there is also a bigger braid, and this is Tinkerbell. So pretty. I'm really looking forward to spinning this up actually. I might stick that on my wheel today. I'm tempted to stick it on my wheel today. I might think about that. I might spin that today. And also it came with a little pom-pom. Love pom-poms. So much fun. There, look at that. Bump. Head for a pom-pom. Or pom-pom for a head. That's what I was trying to say. That is so going to be the title of this show. So yeah. And a little Tinkerbell Progress Keeper. I love that. Such a lovely books. So that was the April Fibre Club from Siobhan Crafts, and I will link everybody in the show notes, which you will find the show notes down there, down there, that side. The little triangle, if you press on it, should have show notes underneath. And I will link all the makers that I've talked about. If I've missed anybody, please feel free to ask. I do sometimes miss them, and then I go back in and add them later. So that's the Siobhan Crafts one. I want to give a warning for Homespun House. So if you've got April's Homespun House, then and you haven't got it yet, please look away. I'm really sorry about the crinkling, but this is April. And just to prove to you, Katie, I did actually accidentally order 2 of them. I sent one to my friend because she does such a lovely job moderating, bless her. It's really pretty. I love the mini that goes with it. And this is Perennial Blossoms, or Perennial Blooms. And it comes with a little Progress Keeper. So cute. Looking at the camera. That was playing to the camera, isn't it? So really cute, and yes, I accidentally ordered 2 of them, so I have sent one to my friend. But that's a Homespun House's April colourway. Isn't that pretty? I'm really looking forward to knitting this up. It's probably going to be socks. So now my next one is from Toad Hollow, and this is a year-long club I've done of mystical beasts. And this one, or mythical rather, mythical beasts, and this is the Fwooper. F-W-O-O-P-E-R. And if I had the book with me I could tell you what that was, but I've left the book downstairs. Sorry about that. But again, it's lovely. There's an idea. Maybe that's not going to be socks. Maybe it should be a shawl. Yes, so that's the mythical beasts from the Crafty Toads, or Toad Hollow, who have got a podcast. They are sisters. They are amazing. They are definitely up there as one of my top 3 podcasts. I adore them. So that's that one. My next one is some little minis, and this is from Ducky Darlings. This is her April minis. Little Easter ones. So pretty. I am going to turn them over. I'm sorry about the crinkling. I don't want to take them out of the packet. Otherwise they get lost and part away from their partners. But aren't they pretty colours? So pretty. So again, that's Ducky Darlings. And again, she does a monthly minis, and this was April's Easter eggs. These are really not coming up in any form of order. This is West Green Loft Yarns. And this is her minis. And it came with a little bunny progress keeper. There was a definite Easter theme to everything for April this year. And again, these are really pretty. So they're the minis for April from my Screen Loft Yarns for her mini club. Yeah, my next up is my corner of craft. But that's April's one. It's a little chick. It's absolutely gorgeous and I'm really looking forward to being able to use it now I've shown it on the podcast. So cute. I have managed to snag May's one, so that should be coming hopefully. Oh, my camera battery's dying. Need to keep an eye on that. So next up is Lay Family Yarn and Friends. And this month it's with Laura George, and this comes with a little candle and a beautiful little progress keeper. Can you see that okay? There we go, that's better. So April's was Laura George. And they dye using some Liberty fabric as inspiration, and that was April's, and this is made by Jules of So Sweet Violet. So it's really cute, little lavender bag, and so that's the colour. Ooh. And these are the minis. Let's do it that way around. These are the minis. So I will show you this individually. That's Laura George, very pretty. And then these are Kelly's ones, and one of these is just absolutely stunning. I'm going to give it a sign. Look at that. How amazing is that? So this is Lay Family Yarn, and Kelly's the dyer, and my friend, and I'm in awe of her talent. That is just the prettiest mini I think I've ever owned. And that's the other two. So lovely. Absolutely gorgeous. The amount of effort and talent that there is there. Absolutely adore it. So that was the Lay Family Yarn and Friends. I haven't got the branches and buds, so I have no idea where that's gone. I keep losing branches and buds every month. So I will get back to you on that one. That might be on next week's podcast. And my next one is the West Green Loft Yarns April Sock Club. It came with a little bunny progress keeper that I have already nicked for another project. Can't remember which project it's on, and it's not here to show you, but it was a really cute little bunny. This is lovely. It's so pretty. I love this. It's such a pretty colour. It's sort of almost a minty green with goldy speckles on it. Sorry, it's blowing out the camera. I'm struggling with lighting today. It's one of those days where it's cloudy and sunny, and the sun keeps coming out and it keeps going cloudy. We're having a cloudy phase at the moment. It's also very cold. Absolutely freezing here in the UK today. Last but not least is another homespun house, which is this one. And this is from her Lord of the Rings collection. Now, I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan, massive. Read all the books, watched all the films, played all the video games. And this is from April, and this is Lambus. It's so pretty. So I have bought a couple of months of her Lord of the Rings one. And then it also came with a little charm, which is Lambus bread wrapped in leaves. I have to admit, I looked at the charm and was like, what is it? And then looked at the name of the yarn. I was like, oh, it's Lambus bread. It's really good. So yeah, I just love that. It's such a pretty colour. Oh, there's an idea. Look at that. One. I apologise if you can hear scrambling outside the door. The cats are fighting. Oh yeah, look, that's an idea, isn't it? That'd make a wicked shawl. Throw that in for a neutral. I've almost got to find your fade here on my table. Oh, I love it. So yeah, so that's it for my clubs. No idea where my branches and buds is. Maybe I haven't got it yet. Maybe that's what I'm collecting from Kelly at the weekend. So I am collecting some from Kelly at the weekend. So that's it. That's the whole yarny stuff. Next up is podcasts I've watched this week. Now, last month, Ali from Little Drops of Wonderful did daily vlogs, and I really, really enjoyed them, and I was so sad when it got to the end of April because I was going to miss it. However, Ollie and Bella and Giddy Knits are both doing daily vlogs, and they are totally filled the void. It's so lovely just to watch someone else's life, especially when you've had a week like I've had. It's been great, and I really appreciate them. I mean, I realise how much hard work it is, and I really appreciate what they're doing. It's great. Thank you. Hairy Sheep, I haven't watched your latest one, but the one before that with the spinning was amazing, so I'm going to hopefully watch that today. Geordie Knits, she's got some new designs out, great, go check her out, she's fantastic. Lonely Knitter, who is my yarn daughter, definitely go check out her podcast. She's got loads of new designs coming out at the moment, one of which you've seen, which is the shawl. I watched the Bakery Bears, who got the, Dan, bless him, got accosted by a stranger asking why he knits, which seems like a huge invasion of someone's privacy. I'm not quite sure what goes through somebody's head to go up to a complete stranger and ask that question. But it did make me ponder as to why I knit. I mean, yeah, I knit so I don't kill people, definitely. But I'll be honest, do you know why I knit? Because I enjoy it. It's fun. I love it. I don't think we need any more reasons than that, do we? I love knitting. That's why I knit. Simple. So that's it for my podcast this week. Life section. Oh, what a week. I've worked full-time hours all week this week, and every night I've had something on as well. It's been silly, absolutely nutty. I don't work full-time. I work 9:30 till 4, and I only work 4 days a week. I don't work 5 days a week. This week I have worked 9:30 till 5:30, and I've worked 5 days a week. Monday night we had a district meeting for guides, which obviously we don't normally have, so that was fun. Tuesday night I had guides, well that's normal, but obviously over the back of full-time hours was quite an ask. Wednesday night I had to go and collect my sunglasses because I got these from Specsavers. Not sponsored, just happened to be where I got them from, but you get a free second pair with them. So I got some sunglasses, and it occurred to me, because we're leaving to go on holiday next week, that I might want to actually go and get my sunglasses sorted out, you know, just in the vague hope it might be sunny in Wales. So I had to do that Wednesday night after work. Thursday night, Thursday was my husband's birthday, bless him. And although he knew I wasn't going to be with him for the day, his sons were definitely going to be with him for the day, and they treated him. And then after I finished work I had brownies, so I did brownies, and then I got a message from his son saying, hey, we're going out for a meal at 8, do you want to come? And I finished brownies at 7, so I was like, yeah, that's fine. And yeah, by the time it got to, I think it was 10:30, 11 before we got in, and I was absolutely shattered. And then Friday I worked full time. Luckily didn't have anything Friday evening, which was just as well, because I didn't have the capacity to hold a conversation, let alone do anything else. So that's been my week. Luckily this weekend everybody knows to leave me alone and that I want a quiet weekend. And so far so good. Yesterday was lovely. I just sat and knitted, otherwise I wouldn't have had any contents for the podcast at all, because there was a couple of days last week I did not knit a stitch. So I've managed to catch up yesterday quite a bit. And then today obviously I'm recording the podcast, I'm going to edit the podcast, and then I'm going to relax and knit this afternoon. Monday is a bank holiday here in the UK. It's the early May Day bank holiday. So again, hopefully I'm going to have a quiet one. I do need to run out and do some run some errands, so might do those Monday. Tuesday I'm back to full-time hours again, because my daughter doesn't come back from holiday till Wednesday, and I cover her at work and she's the full-timer. And so I won't finish till 5:30 on Tuesday, and again I've got guides in the evening. Wednesday again I'm full-time hours, but Wednesday evening as yet I don't have anything planned. hoping it's going to stay that way. Thursday daytime I will be working from home, but just my normal hours, which is 9:30 till 4, and then Thursday evening we leave here to go on holiday, and at some point during all this I need to pack. Yeah, get back to you on that one. Literally just sitting there going, oh yeah, I need to pack at some point. So yeah, anyway, Thursday evening we leave from here and we're going to go and stay at a hotel at East Midlands Airport, because my husband's hobby is spotting aircraft as well as flying hot air balloons. That's probably the main hobby, but he also spots aircraft. So we're going to stay at East Midlands Airport so he can spot aircraft, because on Friday I have a very special day planned, and I am going to go and see my lovely friend Kelly from Lay Family Yarns and spend the day with her, which I am so looking forward to. It's been so great to catch up in person, give her a hug, say hi to her lovely daughter Megan, and it's going to be fantastic. Cannot wait. So I can see Kelly on Friday. We go back to East Midlands for Friday night, and then on Saturday we leave and we're going to go and stay in North Wales. So next weekend, Sunday, I am hoping to do a podcast from somewhere in North Wales. I'm also going to hopefully shoot some footage sort of en route kind of thing. So it's going to be a bit of a podcast come vlog, I think, next weekend. I will get back to you on that. I will keep you updated on Instagram if I don't record for any reason. It could be a case of I haven't got Wi-Fi where I'm going. It's supposed to have Wi-Fi, so I'm hoping it does, but you never know. And then the following week we're away all week in North Wales, so I will definitely record footage of that. Whether the following weekend will be a vlog or a podcast, I don't know. I will decide that during the week. And then we've got a week on Saturday next week. We drive from North Wales to South Wales, and we've got a week in South Wales. So lots of holiday, hopefully lots of knitting. Not only have I got to work out what I'm going to pack, you know, clothes wise, because let's face it, it's Wales. It could be blisteringly hot, it could be snowing, so I'm going to need to take quite a few layers. I think I'm just going to go for the layers and definitely take things like I need to tell you I'm wearing a shawl. It is a curious handmade Shawl Society shawl from the second Shawl Society. Cannot remember what it's called, but it's done in West Green Loft yarns, bulky yarn. Can't remember it. We'll try and remember. If I remember, I will put a little thing down here now to tell you what it is, because I will look it up. It's lovely and warm. I'm loving the colour. So yeah, I'll take lots of layers, lots of shawls, I think. I hope you're going to get lots of knitting done. I haven't planned my knitting packing yet. I'm fairly certain that will get done before my clothes packing, to be fair. I'm also fairly certain if all I took was those 2 understated sweaters, that's probably enough as well. But hey, whoever heard of a knitter just packing 2 projects? So that's it from me this week. Hopefully I'll get some knitting done next week. I will certainly get some knitting done on Friday when I get to go and see Kelly. But yeah, I hope you have a great week wherever you are. Take care, and I will see you next week.